Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. So we're going to give you a bit of a tour of the F56 and talk about some of the spec on it and some of the damage on it and just go through a few little details. So let's start off with the car itself. So you can see down here on the back end, it's a Cooper S on a 2015 plate from memory. So it's got obviously stock back end. There's a few little sort of bits that need sort of re-clipping in place, but the back end is really good detail in terms of sort of inside the boot. Nothing special to point out here, no damage or anything. Rear lights, I need to double check those because I know there was a LED upgrade at some point that they did. I need to see whether it's got that. Now I don't know whether this is just a normal S spoiler. I'm sure someone in the comments will be able to tell me if this is a normal S spoiler or this is an upgraded JCW, because it's got a bit of shape to it. Then as we move around to the side profile of the car, this is where we can see some of the damage. So we've got a big dent here, sort of runs from there to there. I need to see if I can get sort of a paintless dent removal company out to see if they can at least remove some of that. Just feeling that now. There's no damage to the paint other than this chip here and here. So fingers crossed we might be able to sort that. Obviously it's got what I think are the crown spokes on it with run flaps all round. Now on the other side of the car, it looks like whether the tyres have just degraded because they've been flat or whether someone's actually slashed them, but they are completely flat on the other side of the car. As you come around the outside, obviously you can see up here we've got the panoramic roof, which is a nice option to have. There's no real sort of things to call out until we get to the front end. So what I'm going to do, let's jump in the car and see the interior, then we'll come back to the front end and talk about that. Okay, so you join me inside the F56 now, so you can see we've got that panoramic roof, so that's a really nice option to have. It's got the black headliner, again another option, so that's really good. Down on the front here, if we just look at the dash, we've got the smaller screen, so it doesn't have sat nav on it, but I've already ordered the Apple CarPlay system, so I'm going to do a fitting video on how to introduce that to your car. Okay, and in terms of seats, it's got upgraded full leather. So I understand this was a little package that included sort of the steering wheel with the little logo on it as well. So hopefully I've got someone that actually wants to swap that. So I've advertised it on Facebook and a few other places. If anyone wants to swap this interior, which is well sought after, for the JCW interior, because I know some people prefer like a full leather rather than JCW interior, I'll quite happily swap with them. So I'm after the black and red JCW interior if anyone has that they want to swap for these seats. Yeah, in terms of the back, you can see, so the interior is in really good condition. The car's only done 20,000 miles and you can tell. So there's no wear on the steering wheel, the gear knob, things like that. So it is all sort of showing that actually the mileage seems to be pretty accurate on it. So I'm really happy. It's obviously got automatic climate control, automatic headlights, heated windscreen, things like that. So there's lots of little options that have been ticked on this car that makes it a nice space to be. One of the things I do want to upgrade is obviously this cluster here as well. So this is just the bog standard one. I want to go to the new GP3 style digital cluster as well. So that's something I need to try and source and get coded in as well. So if I can, I'll try and do a fitting video for that in the future. So let's jump outside now into the engine bay, show you a bit around the damage and what work we've got ahead. Okay, so here we are in the engine bay. So you can see there's obviously lots of damage. We've got the front end, all the crash bars are missing because they were all twisted. I think something's gone up and under the car and lifted a lot of the things up. So things like the fan on the back of the radiator was damaged, but not the radiator itself. So this seems in really good condition. Got damage to the intercooler, but I've already got an AirTech larger Cooper S intercooler coming for that one from Orange that I've ordered. So, but the engine wise, I've had it moving backwards and forwards and sort of turned it around, and the engine is absolutely perfect and showing its low mileage. So yes, there's lots of sort of damage on this front end, but fingers crossed it should be an easy fix. So in the next video we'll obviously talk about sort of the things that I need to order to get this back on the road and how I'm going to go about it. But I just wanted to give you a bit of a walk around of the spec of the car. So obviously it's a Cooper S, so we've got the 2-litre turbo engine in here, so there's plenty of performance to get out of this engine. We can easily be up to sort of 300 brake horsepower with a remapped sort of intercooler, downpipe, etc. So I'm really excited to get going on the engine of this but before I start modifying, I do want to get this car on the road and working, and then we'll start to add more power and everything else. So it may stay on this stock wheels just to get it through its MOT, and then we'll look at obviously some aftermarket stuff. But you can see down here, this is what I was talking about, the flat wheels. So there are literally splits in the rubber, so I don't know whether it's just sat there for a while in damp conditions and burst the tyres, or whether someone's actually slashed them. It's a bit of an odd one. It doesn't seem to align with the damage to the car, that they would have got damaged during the accident. So all a little bit odd, but that's what you get with a Cat S car. Okay, so that was a really quick guide to the F56, the current spec of it. In the next video, we'll start talking about the bits that I've actually going to be ordering, how I'm going to work out what I need, so that if anyone else is thinking of buying a crash damage car in the future, you can have a little bit of a tick list to work through. If you like the video, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe so you get updates on the rest of this F56 build. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.